get to kind of.
All right. Hello and welcome to another week at Broussard Homestead.
Oh, I told you I was gonna get.
Yeah, we got some splaining to do.
You.
I'm going to try to give everybody a few seconds to get out of YouTube ad Wonderland.
Okay.
All right, so let's say hello to Mind and Body Co. Passamaquoddy. I think I said that right, actually. Sunboy
It
Preference.
sounded like you knew what you were saying.
Stephanie Mayberry, Jenny Pennington, All the Things Acres, Built on the Rock Homestead, Michelle P., Ben's Over Acres, Michigan Daffodil. All right, so let me know when you come in. Say hello. Let us know that you can see us and hear us. Nonia, Texas, welcome.
We're giving everybody a few minutes to get in before we explain the thumbnail.
Hello, Vicky B. Oh, everything's good.
Hi,
Very
Reagan.
good.
Sorry about the phone call. You should have gotten a phone call
Art, hello.
to explain before the thumbnail went up.
Hello, Linda. Farmer Nadell. All right, so I think we have a good bit of people in here now. That the thumbnail is Abby's car. Abby's okay. She's sore.
No broken bones, no major injuries.
Hey, Brett. Simple preparedness.
Still throws me
I know.
off.
I know, it's so strange.
But yeah, it was pretty intense.
Hi, Michelle.
But she is okay. She'll be on the stream in a little bit, just to let everyone know that she is still alive and breathing.
It's the Marshmallow Man. Well, hello, welcome. Christy Betts, if I haven't said hi to you already, hello. So Abby has two jobs, and they're down the street from each other in Lake Charles, which is the city near us. And and it's a busy road. So she was leaving.
It's a 4-lane highway with a turning center.
Yeah,
turning lane in the center.
Center lane. So it's 5 lanes wide. So she made a left turn onto the street, and somehow or another, we're still not sure of all the details, because things get foggy when something happens. Can't remember everything, but from the best that we're gathering, there was a car that came into the street and cut off the Jeep that was following. And Abby was concerned. She was looking in the rear view, concerned about a vehicle that was coming up pretty quick behind her. And when she looked up again to in front of her, the Jeep had stopped. Apparently stopped short. No citations were issued. Nobody is to blame. I'm not trying to pass blame at all. I'm just
it was clearly an accident.
Tell you what happened. But
she is okay. Her car, on the other hand, as you can see, her car is not so much okay. We're expecting a complete and total loss. So yeah. She is pretty sore. She's bruised up. She's got a good seatbelt burn on her neck. I say burn because it rubbed.
It's like a friction burn.
Yeah.
Well, what it was excuse me. Inside the vehicle, the airbags deployed. One from the steering wheel and one from down below to protect her legs. And from what I gathered from the insurance adjuster is because the airbags were deployed, that's pretty much an automatic total loss.
Yeah.
So
Whew.
Abby called us, and it took us a half hour to get to Lake Charles. Probably a little less, honestly, but
well, when Abby called me at 3 o'clock
It could have been much worse. You're absolutely right.
The cops hadn't even been called.
Hi, Granny
So
Karen.
I get a distraught Abby saying, "Mom, I hit a car in the street."
How long did it take her to say that?
Well, okay, it took a minute, but yeah.
It was.
So by the time we got into Lake Charles, the ambulance was getting there.
Yeah. We still hadn't gotten to Abby yet, but we were in town going down the freeway, and the ambulance showed up and started to treat Abby. And let's see, there was bad pain in her.
Make sure they check her brachial plexus. Whoa. Okay, you're gonna have to explain that a little bit further.
I'm not familiar. I'm putting it together, but can you help me? I'm not familiar with the term brachial plexus. Anyway, here's Abby.
Hi.
So unfortunately, Abby only had her first car, for about 6 months.
Yeah.
But we're in the process of shopping for another one, and it was fully covered.
Yeah, Christy said that had to be scary seeing an ambulance. Actually, I felt calm, much calmer when when I knew that the upgrade, the ambulance. Look, y'all. Yeah, I'm reading and listening to y'all.
Yeah.
When the ambulance got there, I felt a whole lot better knowing that she was in the hands of a medical professional until I could get there.
Yeah, that's the thing with newer cars. They crumble, so you don't.
Construction is good in that it disperses the energy, but one small accident can total it since it's not really repairable.
Yeah.
Right. Camaro.
So
Corvette, I don't think so.
So the car that Abby had before was a Chevy Spark, and it was a 2015, and we found it at a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Used off of a lot. It was just a private citizen who had it for sale and cut her a sweet deal, and you were, I don't know, probably a third of the way done paying for it, and but because our insurance is so good. By the way, Progressive Insurance has been great as far as customer service, coverage, everything. I love Progressive. Hey, Miss Patty, Tinker's wife, and Susanna, Diamond Willow.
Right. Michigan, ambulances are calming to first responder wives. Yeah, because I mean, and that's one of the first things I asked, was were the cops called, and she was freaking out so bad I don't think she even heard me at that point. And then there was a bystander that came up and helped her out a lot, because with her anxiety flaring, she was pretty much in an anxiety attack, and the airbags deployed, her ears were ringing. So she was having trouble hearing what was going on and understanding what was going on. And
Kaylin, hello.
But we were fortunate. We were able to be on the phone with her, and we were able to talk to one of the officers, the responding officer on scene.
Cajun milk cows.
And then I was able to talk with the paramedic a little bit and know for a fact that she was okay.
Showing in Alaska.
She was complaining about hip pain, so we did bring her to the emergency room, and we had a complete check over, and there's no broken bones or anything like that. So so far she is all good, unless she has any more complaints of pain that continues. Then I mean, if that happens, we'll do some follow-ups. But so far we seem to be okay.
Well, the accident,
she's moving slow.
The accident happened about 3 p.m. She had just left her first job. Yeah, that was on Tuesday. She just left her first job, heading to the second one, and so it happened just after 3. And by the time we got home, after getting her checked out, going ahead and having a bite to eat and getting her prescriptions filled. By the time we got home, she was extremely sore, and
Yeah.
things were tightening up, and she was having some trouble walking. And then she started taking her meds and got some rest and kind of got the.
No, she took her meds and sat on the couch in Loopy La La Land, just grinning and smiling.
It was kind of like that wisdom teeth video.
Yeah. If you haven't seen that one, go back and look
Just
at
say
it.
that was pretty cool. That was funny. Buffering issues.
I took my phone off of the Wi-Fi, so
I should do the same.
Awesome.
Just to see it, just to make sure.
yeah, just to double check that we're not competing.
But the next
Meds.
morning, after Abby rested and got all
Dawn sends you her love.
the shock out of her system, she was getting around pretty good.
Looked down at my radio. Oh, Reagan said when I was 20, I looked down at my radio and a car stopped in front of me. The world ended for me at that point. Car totaled and bruised up, but I'm still here. Yeah.
Flu, I think most of us here are purebloods.
Abby, you're now ahead of the law of averages. You should be good to go for a long time now. How did it happen? She rear-ended a vehicle. We're not exactly sure. The car in front of her stopped short, and she just didn't stop fast enough. But the car did what it was supposed to do, and it protected her. So the car is a total loss, but Abby is still here, so that's all that matters.
Right. There were no citations issued. I'm not going to say it's because I know the cop, but I'm a fireman for the city, so there's special privileges. Now, if that had been something serious, like you did something on purpose, then yeah, I would have insisted that you had a ticket. So don't even look at me like that.
That's right. She was freaking out more so about her car. But we're completely blessed that we have insurance. We have really good insurance. Our insurance company, the representatives that we've talked to have been so great.
Well, we've been with Progressive for over 10 years now.
Yeah.
And we've paid on time every month, except for one. We were 24 hours late on a payment.
It was 4 hours.
Okay, well,
yeah.
And that's when we were moving, and it just kind of slipped through the cracks. But that was anyway. That's a whole nother story. But we've achieved a really high status with Progressive, and I think we've got 2 more. Don't think about using them, but I think we have 2 more accident forgivenesses.
You guys do.
Well, we have
after this.
I don't know. It depends, because we have 1 large accident forgiveness and we have 3 small accident forgiveness. So it's either 2 or 3. I don't know if they're going to consider this a large one or a small one. If you're going by the size of her car, it's a little one.
Yeah,
because her car was little.
Jake, I already know that. We've already looked up the Blue Book value, so we know what to expect. But you're right.
But now if they go by the total cost, it may be a large accident. I don't know, because really and truly her car didn't cost a whole heck of a lot, but that's okay. Michelle says I love the extraction video. That was her wisdom.
Oh, the wisdom teeth. Yeah.
But now it's car shopping time again.
Well, I was surprised and a little disappointed. I'm bummed, I guess. Not really disappointed, but the fire trucks, a fire truck was not called out to Abby's wreck. Because had that been the case, it probably would have been someone who knows me, even possibly someone who knows Abby, and that may have helped her to feel a little more calm about the whole situation.
Well, and now I know I have Ron's number. I could have called.
Didn't even think about it, but my captain, the one that works on the fire truck with me, part of my crew. My captain lives like 5-10 minutes away from that spot. I totally could have just called him and had him be there from home, and I just didn't even think of it.
Yeah, the price of used cars has really gone up. We did take a trip to the dealership today to go talk to our favorite salesman. He's about this tall.
Stop.
I love it. It's great.
You need to stop messing with short people.
I like it. He's kind of cute. But we did. We were able to have her look at what she likes and what she doesn't like. I think she's leaning on going away from the Chevy Spark because it was so little. And so we're looking for a bigger vehicle.
Slightly
And,
bigger.
Yeah,
not much bigger.
not huge, but
In fact,
just-
we went ahead and put a hold on a Chevy Trax, which is like a small SUV.
it's slightly bigger than the Spark, but slightly smaller than my SUV. So,
Stephanie says they actually got rain today in Southwest Oklahoma.
well, I'm jealous.
It
It got cloudy and then it went away.
it looked threatening there for a little
And
while.
then it got cloudy and then it went away. So, I mean, the cooler, the little bit of like, I can't even say chill in the wind. It was slightly cooler wind. Was nice for a few minutes, but then the rain just kind of kept going.
Tell her to go with a pickup. Art said that. Oh, the face that she just made, Art.
No, she's looking for something that she is going to carry her through college. So she's going to need to move
Oh no.
her stuff.
Dawn says they
no.
have the crap. All things acres. You know what that means, the virus.
Oh,
So sorry to hear that.
Okay, I need my notebook.
Praise for a quick recovery, Dawn, for you and your family.
Well, your nanny's grandson has it too.
Wait, Reagan, are you saying a deuce and a half?
Wait, what?
A deuce and a half. It's a big army vehicle. Hey, hey, Bill. Cage and Homestead. I keep a few extra parts trucks in my field for the same reason. I bypassed a new truck for a tractor. Oh, how about that? That's cool.
I've heard the crud is going around again. I know,
a few people.
your nanny's grandson has it again, but the symptoms are pretty mild compared to the last go round. So
Did you say Nanny has it?
no, your nanny's grandson.
Oh, okay. I didn't think she
But I'm trying to keep them to stay over there because I don't want it again. Not feeling well. Yeah, the jab, but people are getting sick anyway.
Yeah, there's,
from what I'm hearing is those that have had the
there are studies
shots
showing.
are getting it 2 and 3 times, whereas people that have not had the shots have gotten it and then not again. So extra fluids, vitamins, garlic and honey. Yeah.
We had it just before Christmas, Christy.
Yeah. No. Was it?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was.
1979 Lincoln. Hey, Bub. Well, hey, Warren. Good to see you.
I've never been allowed to drive and never will. And that's the way I like it. Well, our middle daughter, Katie, doesn't drive. She has a license. She has chosen. She's just not comfortable. So she's chosen not to.
I did see that, Stephanie. A county in New York has confirmed a case of polio. You know, the thing that was eradicated, supposedly? Yeah.
How does
Polio.
that happen?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even going to get into what I think is going on, but I think most of us probably have the same mindset.
All right. Well, on a lighter note, did you want to talk about solar?
Yeah, we can talk about where we're at with that. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
We have signed our contract to put 24 solar panels and two
Two in-phase and
In-phase
in-charge
batteries.
batteries.
on our house. And with the rising energy costs at the moment, it couldn't have come at a better time.
And in fact, there's our local electrical provider is Entergy Louisiana or Entergy Gulf States, and there is a group on Facebook that's over 18,000 members strong, and it was just created like a week or two ago
Yeah.
of disgruntled customers who are, and we're all
Well, it's
comparing bills and finding lots of discrepancies. And
the problem. The biggest problem is people are starting to get together and see how much other people's bills are going up too. And the weirdest part is we have several people that are posting on this group. They have been out of their home since the hurricanes, since Hurricane Laura came through in 2020. That's 2 years.
2 years ago.
And they're receiving $400 and $500 electricity bills, and they don't even have a meter hooked up.
What did you were saying about that one woman who's
They said the meter was malfunctioning. She called out Entergy, or I don't think it was Entergy.
These are smart meters.
The digital meters.
They're digital and they can be read remotely.
Right.
Okay?
This lady said they contacted the electric company to come out and check the meter. Well, of course, they said the meter was fine. She had to remove it and replace it. Well, they took the meter, the old meter, and chunked it out on the ground. And the guy left it there. And she kept saying that the meter was running. It was rounding up numbers, even though they didn't have power. Well, when they took the meter off and threw it in the yard, it was still adding numbers.
Our audio is getting bad again. Crap. And I can't change microphones in the middle of this the way I'm streaming.
Why is this doing this again?
I don't know. Last time it happened, though, it was happening regardless of which microphone I used.
Yeah, no. Did you reboot your computer?
Not today.
That's what
I thought
happened the
about it
last
too
time.
late. I know.
Is it getting better? Staying the same?
Can you hear us?
Grill's not liking the topic.
No.
So, no, it's not getting better, or no, you can't hear us. Well,
Still
I guess.
crackling.
Okay.
Let me see.
Oh, Michigan says it's worse.
See if that's anything. There's not really much I can do.
We may have to.
No better. Still cracking. Oh, boy.
Addie's making cookies.
What?
Maybe it's her making noise.
You think? Oh, better. Maybe it was just better because we stopped talking.
It's okay, just not ideal.
Oh, man.
Maybe that's a sign.
Hey, Homestead Oss. Good to see you.
I understand you, it just has a crack, like a bad speaker. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end up getting a new webcam.
I don't know that that's it. Because remember week ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever we had those issues, I tried the speaker, the mic here. Now it's buffering. It might be the internet connection. That's possible.
It could be. Because we
Because
do need to cut some trees.
We've got a tree growing up right in the way. Well, if we have too many issues, we'll just cut it short tonight because, I mean, do your connections need to be cleaned with alcohol? Possibly.
Solar flare still going on.
Oh, Henry says no buffering, not buffering. Better now. All right, now it's cleared up. Okay, so maybe it was just the internet. Who knows? Not buffering. Audio messed up a bit. Okay, so we'll just kind of keep going, and if we have too many issues, we'll just end a little early tonight, and it'll be what it is. So that was weird. So another thing we did this week, did we finish? No, we didn't finish talking about the solar. We're still moving forward and on having a solar system installed on our home. So once we have it installed and we're satisfied with it, then they have a referral program that we'll be able to refer you. And
what do you say? It's the Gulf states.
well, it's Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, I think. Maybe not Mississippi yet. They're looking to expand, but this is a small time business. It's not a conglomerate. In fact, we had some concerns. I'll voice those to my representative. And today, in fact, about an hour ago before the live stream, the owner called me to talk about those concerns. Everybody's super nice. I haven't had any issues so far. What size system?
Hang on, I have it.
We designed a system for us and our needs. There's 24 400-watt panels and 2 in-phase, in-charge batteries. And there's other components that I don't remember what all they are. As we move along, we'll be able to do videos and talk about those different things.
It's a 9.6 kilowatt system. I think, yeah.
Expected to produce 12,984 kilowatt hours per year.
Right. That's the low ball estimate, is what he told me. That's pretty much what they guarantee.
We don't put a big draw though. We don't use.
And that's where I've been having a whole lot of trouble, is because our electricity bill has gone up.
Even though we're keeping it warmer in here, we're trying to do things to.
Well, we've got all new energy efficient appliances, newer. You know, we're turning the AC up, we're unplugging things, we're turning things off during the day. We've got all the curtains closed in here. It's like a freaking dungeon, and I hate it. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it to try to curb some of that electricity and stuff.
Anyone heard from North? I got a text from him. I'm going to see when it was.
Does the house insurance cover the solar? Yes, it
Monday.
will. We will have to up our coverage to cover the cost of the solar, but yes.
We don't have to cover it. That's our choice to cover it. Because otherwise, it's just not insured.
Michigan said, I'm going to find out what way overcooked hard-boiled eggs looks like.
Oh, no.
Got distracted. Oh, man.
That happened to me at the firehouse one morning. I was boiling some eggs, and next thing I knew, I went back, and the water was gone, and the eggs were popping.
I know somebody who did that and busted a Magnolite pot.
Was it you?
No.
Oh.
Did they say whether or not it could be easily upgraded? Yes.
Yep.
We can add on to it at any time. We just call them up, and I mean, that's another loan, but you know, it's as long as we can pay for it, yeah, we can upgrade it. And there are micro inverters on every panel, I believe, or there's one for every panel. I don't know if it's on the panel or in the box.
They said that from what I understand, All we have to do is call and say, hey, I want another panel added. And it's just they come and they install the panel and just plug it in. That's what I gather from it.
Oh, almost no water. God.
Oh, man.
I'm really hoping that it works out well for us.
Yes, electric rates are going up.
Well, yeah, with the gas prices, the rates go up. So, but we're also getting storm restoration fees, and we're getting, what was it the other fee? There's an energy charge. That, I mean, there's all kinds of craziness.
All kinds of fees. Oh, you know how it is. There's a fee assessing fee, and I mean,
Yeah.
I'll keep my full thumb.
Stop. Has anyone heard of mulberry trees versus bushes? We have mulberry trees here, not physically here, but in this area.
Yeah, there's some back there along the gully.
Well, they're not tree. Well, they're little bitty trees.
They're young, but yes, we have mulberry trees here.
I've never heard of the bushes.
White mulberry and red mulberry, and then there's a paper mulberry that doesn't make berries. Why is it a mulberry? I don't know. We should look into this.
Oh wow! At over $2 a dozen. She's glad that it's all fine. So.
Fruiting mulberry gives you purple bird poo. Yes, it does. So does blackberry and dewberry and elderberry.
Yeah. Which we have had so little rain. The elderberries are not.
I don't think we're going to get
ripening. They're there. They're just not ripening. They'll
be already dehydrated for us.
They're green berries. They're not even attempting to ripen. I think the plants are going into like survival mode.
You're good. Just
make sure to pick it up. Don't let the dog get to it.
Oh, but I didn't think it means that I remember sick food bars.
okay.
I'm like, co-op. I pay almost $25 just to have electricity. So your whole bill is $25?
No, I'm sure not. That's probably just the member fee.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Heard from Kate. I did hear from Kate yesterday. You good?
Yep.
Okay. She is staying very busy. She is, as you guys know, she is taking care of her mom and stepdad, and trying to keep up with her birds and her dog and chickens and ducks and everything else. So she's been staying pretty busy, and she did go live on Sunday. We watched it from a restaurant while we were eating. By the time we got finished eating and back out to the car, she was done. So
looks like we're losing our connection again. Dang it. I don't know what to do.
We started talking about energy again.
Oh man.
It's all going.
If we can, a wiring problem. No wires have moved. I don't know. I can try to jiggle in the cable.
Amy's cracking up really bad when she's talking. I don't know if you can turn down the mic. Maybe your levels are too. Maybe my mouth is too big.
You said it not.
Let's go with that.
Use sign language. It's just the sound.
That'll work.
Yeah, definitely pray for Kate and her parents.
Bandwidth related, probably. We have a tree that we need to go chop.
Yeah. Oh, you hush, Reagan. I'm gonna keep. Reagan is no longer allowed to have coffee.
So, since we're having issues, if we're clear right now, I want to try to talk about another topic that we've been working on. So are we clear enough to talk on this other topic? Let me know. Homestead off. Have a great evening or morning. Have a great day.
Y'all boys can dig a hole you can't fill, right?
Barb says no.
chop that tree.
It's a chicken tree. I mean, you can help. You're more than welcome to help, but it's not going to be.
It's really not a big tree. It's just to get out into the field in that
Like a
tall
bed
grass
frame.
and stuff. And it's been really hot, so
Sorry, BG. Well, let's see if we can try to get this topic out before we end. I can't understand anything. Well, crap.
chicken tree is toxic. Christy, don't let your dog eat a chicken tree.
It's oh, it's better. Great. Okay, so let's talk about this then. Before it gets bad again. All right, so there's this coin collecting shop here in Lake Charles, and I've finally been able to visit there, and they sell silver and gold, and they're into precious metals and stuff like that too. So I've started to transfer some cash into precious metals. I'm not going to try to act like I have a whole lot of money to put into it because I don't. But
back up off the table. When you're talking, you're jolting the table. I'm wondering if it has something to do with that wire.
I don't know. It's possible. Let me back up just here. So we've got a few ounces of silver. It's not a lot. It's not much, but it's a start just to try to protect wealth through the coming. Well, you already know we're in it. Things have gotten crazy already, and things are only get worse, I'm afraid, before they get better.
Maybe it's not a chicken tree, and they and the chickens like it. Do you have a video? I don't have a video, Christy. Message me on Facebook if you can, and I can send you a picture of what our chicken trees are.
We call
Or
it
you
a chicken.
can-
It's a
you
Chinese tallow tree.
Yeah, it is a Chinese tallow tree if you want to look it up that way, because you can get images on online.
So I already had just kind of a random
Our chickens won't eat the chicken tree. So-
coin collection that we've had from over the years. I had a few silver quarters that we had just picked up from change over the years. You can hear it. If there's like this little high pitch that catches you inside your ear when the quarter bounces, and that's how I know that it's silver. So I collected a few of those.
We have stocked up on lead and brass as well.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Yes, we have.
He said gold, silver up only points. Ammo doubles overnight.
Yeah. Somebody had sent a message today that Academy was fully stocked on freedom seeds, but they're so expensive.
They are. But so are those coins.
Right.
So we may have to put a hold on some coins for a little while, some silver, and start getting some lead and brass.
Well, I mean, you can never have too many of those. We do have a good bit, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Academy is outrageous on price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I refuse to shop at Dick's Sporting Goods because they're anti-Second Amendment. Guys, I don't know if most people realize this, but the only reason why we still have a First Amendment is because we have a Second Amendment. Hey, Suburban.
I'm still in copper in the form of tiny rounds that my Daisy liked. Yeah, I have several of those too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we've avoided that place. Yeah. Have you been to what's the name of that?
Bowie's.
Yeah.
Bowie.
It's at the old
It's where Toys R Us used to be.
yeah.
Now they
Conveniently.
sell adult. No.
No.
That's not what I meant.
Adult. You were gonna say adult Toys R Us? No,
Oh,
that's
no.
gonna.
That is not what I meant.
No, sir.
Oh wow, that could have been bad.
They sell big boy toys. Is that okay? Does that work?
That
No,
one's kind
not
of
really.
tricky too. Adult leopard.
Oh
I've been
man.
stocking more bolts for the crossbow, and that's something I like to get is a slingshot because I'm pretty good at those too.
We had one at one point. Katie, our middle daughter, she's okay. Katie has a little bit of Asperger's, so she's got this weird way of like hyper focus, and she could like with it didn't matter what you put in her hands.
A toy bow and arrow,
A
and she'd
bow-
do this and look all
Like
away, and
we tried to go, okay, Katie, aim, and that made it worse. Like she could, even with a 22, she would go, pow, and she'd hit whatever she wanted to hit. But if you tell her to take her time and aim, she couldn't hit it. It's just the way she focused. Goshen Prepping, hello and welcome. So glad to see you.
I've been following their Facebook page,
The group.
the group,
Yeah.
yes, and there is a wealth of knowledge on that thing.
Absolutely.
I love it.
And the videos that Doc has been putting out, talking about relating current events to what's happening and how it affects life and how it changes things. Those are the types of videos that I wish I had the time to put out. But Doc is very good at it. So if you don't know Goshen Prepping, you definitely should. Same with Southern Boy. Southern Boy Prepper. In fact, we've got several blue wrenches in here. How about we see some links? That would be great. Link your favorite YouTube channels.
Speaking of YouTube channels, I saw today Horticulture Geek. Ray
Yeah,
reached 10,000 subscribers,
that's pretty amazing.
and he deserves every minute of it. That man is a wealth of plant knowledge, and just great all-around person.
Our focus has changed quite a bit lately. Our family focus and how we're doing things. Oh wait, I think maybe you dropped talking about your stocking in person.
I agree, Michelle, and I didn't take that as being disrespectful at all. I think the same thing. We might want to change our topics a little bit because I think we're making the.
Well, not only that, we're getting to a point where bad guys may start watching videos like ours and like looking for targets. But I'll tell you right now, you know, somebody could burn this place to the ground and not find my silver. Just saying.
Goshen Prepping is having a meetup in September. Go to their Facebook page for details. I saw that, and man, that would be an awesome meetup to go to. But that's quite a ways.
Well, remind us, Goshen Prepping. Remind us where you are located, what region of the country, because I can't remember exactly.
They're not far from Michigan Daffodil.
I thought so, but I couldn't remember exactly where.
She gets to go visit them.
Right.
I'm so jealous.
That's okay. I get to see Southern Boy Prepper.
Where is it I want to go?
Oh, middle of Michigan. I've been to the bottom, like maybe a mile into Michigan from the bottom.
You're so funny. Like you got in a smidgen.
Yeah, just enough to say I've been to Michigan. Oh, middle of the mitten. Okay. So yeah, see, I have a good friend of mine lives in South Bend, Indiana, which is right at 1 mile. Well, his house is right at 1 mile south of the Indiana-Michigan border.
So you got to go.
He lives in Indiana, works in Michigan. Anyway,
The bottom part of Michigan doesn't count. You have to go at least halfway up to see the good parts.
I would believe that. I went. It was early August when I went, and when the weather down here tries to murder you, it was pretty nice there.
You see, Reagan. He's still not getting no coffee. He's being mean to me.
The famous Broussard Homestead. Such a nerd.
I might share my coffee with you, Reagan. I might. You need to come visit me first, though. let's see.
Metal for breakfast. What is up, dude? How's
I'm glad
Sean? I
you're
haven't
here.
heard from
Yes,
Sean in
we
a
need
little
an
while.
update on Sean.
Of course, we're happy to see you too. It's not all about Sean.
Brett, is vehicle theft escalating in the city? Neighbor and I both had our antique pickup stolen the other day. Found out it's rampant here now. Wow.
I haven't heard anything about vehicle theft, but catalytic converter theft. People are getting under vehicles, cutting out the catalytic converter because apparently there's some precious metals in there.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's a big deal. Yeah.
Is that what it is? I didn't know why they were stealing them. I just knew they were stealing them. Oh, man. My daughter and her house got broken into last night. But, oh, man.
Oh, they have
gold in them.
Okay. I wasn't sure what metal or which metal.
Sorry, no update on brother. Oh,
Palladium and something else. Catalytic converter theft is really up here. It's probably everywhere because I'd imagine the crackheads and meth heads, they probably have some sort of hotline to each other.
Stop it. Stop. I haven't heard of vehicle theft, but we did talk to our sales guy today at the car dealership, and he said after the hurricane, they were broken into and a lot of vehicles were stolen off the lot and stuff.
Well, after the hurricane, hello, Laura, welcome. After the hurricane, when we say after the hurricane, it's like apocalyptic.
Yeah.
The times. I'm talking about like nothing is the way it should be.
There's very little law enforcement out and about.
Everything's
because
broken.
They're not out and about patrolling because they're out and about helping people, you know, so you don't see them very much, and people just go crazy because a lot of people have evacuated, tons of homes are empty, so they just they go crazy.
Someone cut 6 vehicles catalytic converters in about 15 minutes.
Oh man.
You are your own first responder after disaster. Yes, and actually, it may not even take a disaster anymore. There was a young man in Indiana who saved a whole lot of lives using his Second Amendment this past week. A real hero.
20 years disaster recovery, retired. Wow. Well, I'm not blaming anyone for, the effects of after a disaster. It's not anyone's fault for that. I mean, police are doing everything they can. Firemen are doing everything they can. Entergy, the electricity companies are doing everything they can, but they can't all be at my house working on my issue. There's thousands of people that are affected. So the cops can't be all in one place, and things go haywire. People know it, and they take advantage of it, and
there are a lot
can become
of
chaotic
opportunists out there.
How's your garden doing? Katrina was a disaster. Actually, Laura was probably worse than Katrina.
Well, I don't know. We weren't over there for Katrina, so I'm not sure.
Oh,
about
right.
That,
I don't.
But Laura sucked.
How's the garden doing? Well, a rat ate my loofah plants, so they're all dead.
No,
but
there's one that's hanging on.
Okay. There's one little branch that's hanging on by a thread, but I have replanted, so we're gonna hope for those. The cucumbers that I thought were dying because of this heat, they're coming back. We had a little shower, 2 weeks ago? A little rain shower, and it just boosted them. And I've been putting water on them as much as I can. So they're coming back. They're making cucumbers. I think I picked 8 yesterday. It's crazy. The tomatoes are obviously done, but our peppers are absolutely loving this heat.
Yeah, in fact, you've still got some.
I've got 5 dehydrator trays full of peppers right now. That's the second round of those. And I have, it's crazy. We just picked them 2 days ago. I need to do it again. So,
Well,
Waveland, Mississippi, ground zero for Katrina, wasn't much left.
there was people that came into Lake Charles. I certainly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
There was people that came into Lake Charles or even passed through Lake Charles on Interstate 10 and was contacting me. It was like, man, it's like a bomb went off here.
Yeah. And I don't know what, like everybody talks about Katrina with the New Orleans area and the flooding. I don't know what it was like over there, but I know that Laura was just absolutely devastating. And there are still homes right now,
So-
as we speak, that are covered with blue tarps.
I think the reason
A lot
why
of them.
Hurricane Laura was such a big deal is because a few days before Hurricane Laura hit, in the Gulf of Mexico, there was Hurricane Laura, and then there was also Hurricane Marco. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were both coming in, and their paths, their projected paths, crisscrossed almost right over our little blue dot on the map. And then next thing you know, Laura ate Marco and took all that energy and created one giant hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
And it hit, it made landfall. We live about 30 miles north of the Gulf Coast, and they say it came through here like a 50-mile wide tornado. It was just so massive and full of energy.
Laura was the worst, strongest storm for Louisiana. It rolled right over my home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're further north. I know, like Cameron Parish and Lake Charles for sure. Just Cameron is gone.
We sustained
You know?
a whole lot. See, Lake Charles is about 30 miles inland. We're about even where we are, where our homestead is. It's about even with Lake Charles. And
Wow.
I and all of my many of my coworkers, fellow firemen, we rode out the storm in the fire stations because that's what the city told us to do. I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
But there was a moment that I was truly, honestly scared for my life. I felt like I was in just a box that all hell was breaking loose outside and the box was coming apart. It was very scary. At some point, something, I don't even know how big it was, but something smacked the side of the firehouse, a brick wall. And at that point, the wind gusts were well over 200 miles an hour and broke the bricks. Fortunately,
Right. There's not a lot between you and heaven at that point.
it whatever it was that hit the station hit the bricks, which was about, if it was about 18 inches to 24 inches over to the left, it would have busted a window. And when that magnitude of wind gets into a building, that's a whole lot of air building up, pressure building up, and
it pressurizes the building.
A building can explode at that point, just blow open. Had that happened, it could have been really bad.
The pressure's got to go somewhere, right? Remember the storm when the storm surge wiped Holly Beach completely off the map? Yeah.
One of my coworkers has had family members down in Cameron. I say they had. Okay, the family members are okay. They weren't in the home. They're just not in Cameron anymore. It was either Cameron or Grand Lake. Anyway,
well, both of those are
anyway,
pretty much slabs now. So
they went to check on the house, and there was a slab and just like debris. That's all that was left. All of their belongings, the entire house was just like crumbs.
My roof was rated to 130 mile an hour. Yes, but it's not rated against the whole house that blew into your house.
Right.
Right. And that's
What?
one of the worst things with the storms is it's not only securing your home as best you can, but you have to secure your home from your neighbor's home and debris. Because so many people around here have trampolines and swing sets, and they think, oh, I'll just lay it down or I'll tie it down. 200-mile-an-hour winds, and that little tie down ain't holding it.
Well, there was one house in Lake Charles. I can only imagine the call to the insurance company, like, hey, my roof is it's intact because AutoZone is on it. I mean,
I know, like in some storms with the storm surge and the flooding, and it was when Rita came through.
Hurricane Rita was back in 2005.
It was after Katrina.
It was
right after
It
Katrina.
was a month after Hurricane Katrina.
Yep. And there was houses in the marsh. They were complete homes.
Yeah.
That the water just picked it up and floated it across the street and into the marsh. And it was, how do you get it?
At the time,
There was one that stayed in the road. They cut it in half for people to drive through.
Yeah. Yep. At the time, I was a flooring installer, self-employed. So I was doing a lot of work down in Cameron to help people recover from the storm. And one of the calls that I got, I'd say it was probably 6 to 8 months after the storm, after Hurricane Rita back in 2005, that I got this call. And the lady was telling me, she's like, you turn on this road. I used to be the fifth house on the left. Now I'm the first. And I was like, what? She said, yeah, all my neighbors' houses are gone. So I was like, okay, I understand. That's very unfortunate. So I go over there, and of course, down near the coast over there, what road? That was Little Chenier Road. So I go over there, and down there, all of the houses are lifted.
Thanks for coming, Warren.
Like as if there was a second story, but that is the house. The house is the second story. Everything underneath is just pillars. You can park under there. You can
They put them on
things
stilts. Yeah.
Basically, they put them on stilts. Yeah. So I get over there, and I'm up in her house, and we're in the kitchen, and we're talking about how things get laid out and stuff, because we're going to install her floor. And she points out in the marsh. She points out the kitchen window out into the marsh, and just on the horizon, you can see a house. And she says, "That's my sister's house." And I was like, "Oh, is that on another road?" She's like, "No, that's out in the marsh." I was like, "Oh, that sucks."
And it's not like you can just take a boat out there and go get all your belongings. They're wet. They're molded. They're, they're destroyed.
There's nothing to salvage at that
So
point.
yeah, at that point, you pretty much have to look at your house sitting in a marsh, rotting away, because nobody's going to get it. Nobody's going to tear it down. It's going to sit there until it rots.
So I guess kind of where we're at is, long story short, we have some experience with shit hit the fan kind of scenarios.
Life-changing events.
Okay, there you go.
I love the way that Danny put that.
Yeah.
A life-changing event. Danny from Deep South, that's the first person I've ever heard say that. And it is, whether it's a storm disaster or your kid just hit a car,
Things change.
Those are life-changing events.
Thank you, Reagan.
Okay, it's served. Come get it. It's already done. There, it's in the pot. It's hot.
A 93 flood that devastated Iowa, destroyed thousands of homes and thousands of other buildings. Oh man. Yeah, thank you, Reagan. Thank you, Reagan, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Ting ting. Be joyful and pray. We cannot change anything.
Well, life-changing events can be anything. You know, a loss of a job, a loss of a loved one, a loss of a pet. You know, anything can change your world upside down very quickly, and that's one of the things that we prep for. It's not just a zombie apocalypse or
Right.
you know the world is going to end. It's our world could come to a screeching halt.
Think,
Our income could come to a screeching halt
Yeah.
at any given moment, and we're prepping our food and things like that for an event in case.
just having food in the pantry has gotten us through tough times. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be the end of everything in order to rely on the things that you've, yeah, the things that you've prepared and stocked up.
Oh, I'm sorry, Christy.
Oh,
Mm, that's hard.
Wind and Wheat Life, hello and welcome. Yeah, we weren't in the car. Our 17-year-old daughter Abby was, and
Yeah, that
she's
was her
okay.
car.
Sore but okay.
Oh, you guys are gonna make me cry. Everybody's losing their pets. Milking my goats while watching. Well,
Oh,
that's
that
a different.
That sounds fun.
I don't know about fun, but that's interesting for sure. Mm,
Take care, Jake. Have a great night. Um,
uh,
so everyone knows, next week we're going to be live on Wednesday due to my work schedule.
yeah, see, that's another thing is tornadoes. Yep, Geary, definitely. She is okay. She's sore. She's bruised, but you know
She's improving.
she is
And
improving.
we're
She's
shopping
taking the
for
day
another
off
car,
tomorrow. She had yesterday and today off, which
She had that already scheduled off.
yeah, that was a
So she's-
blessing.
She's not missing a terrible amount of work.
But she is going to go ahead and take tomorrow off to continue her medicine regimen. She's not on any heavy doses of anything, but you know we're trying to make sure she heals properly before thrusting her back into work. Um, um,
Kaylin, I pray for safe travels for
I
you.
was gonna say something and it just. Oh, her car is totaled, but
We don't have the documents in hand yet
well, okay,
on that.
but it's done, and
We've already signed it over.
so
to
just pray that we find the right car for her. Keep us in your prayers, you know, that we make good smart decisions.
Oh, I'm starting to yawn. It's over with.
Better stop. Definitely don't. I thought you had a peppermint. I was gonna say don't put a peppermint in your mouth
No,
if you're yawning.
I already ate my peppermint.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's
Does someone need a nap?
all right.
He
I
always
haven't-
needs a
I
nap.
haven't
He's a
been
fireman.
sleeping the greatest the past few nights. I had one night that I couldn't sleep. Sometimes I just have insomnia, and then last night I was on duty at the firehouse, and I crashed out. I was done at nighttime. We work 24 hours. It's not like I'm not supposed to sleep at work, but when night came, I crashed.
Yes.
And
Great gas mileage is another thing.
at 2:30 in the morning, or 2 o'clock in the morning, we had a false alarm to go to, and that was the toughest thing.
We've had a pretty stressful week. It's taken its toll on all of us. So Abby's gotten the brunt of it, but it's been stressful for all of us. But we're gonna get it. You know, God's going to provide it. We just gotta kind of listen and make the.
The stressful day, yeah, that was Tuesday when I had the I couldn't sleep,
Mhm.
and I think what it was after the whole thing, I didn't take the time to just process. I just kept myself busy. until time for sleep. And then that was the time that my brain started going, oh, we got all this stuff to think about. So I did it to myself. Back at you, Ting Ting. Hope your weekend gets better going on my deck, but enjoy that. Kaylin, have a great week.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got it. We're gonna figure it out. It's just like making myself slow down and not jumping into decisions and things of that nature. So
Well, I
that's
think
the hardest
too,
part is I fight myself.
I think too, there's a blessing in when disaster strikes or bad things happen, because um, without without bad times, you don't know how good the good times are, for one. But also, in all the bad times in my life and bad things that have happened, God has always twisted that and made blessings out of it. And another thing about it is when something happens like this, um, unfortunately, Abby lost her car. But the blessing is Abby's fine. She's just minor aches and pains, no cuts, um, not that big a deal. But it makes you stop and kind of reassess things, and that's what we've done. Abby took some time to have a look at her finances, decided to pay some things off to get ready for when we're going to buy this new car, because she needs one. I mean, and so it's a little bit of a kind of, okay, this is where my life is now. Let's plan accordingly. It's just time to just stop. Well, they say stop and smell the roses, pretty much.
In our case, it's going to be the cucumbers and peppers because the roses aren't blooming.
Mary Ruth, hello and welcome.
Go play in the woods. Well, not right now. It was 110 degrees today. No, I am starting to get a little bit of cabin fever from being kind of stuck in the house, but I'm able to get out early in the mornings and late in the evenings and trips throughout the day, so it's not terrible, but we're getting it. Cucumbers and peppers. That's all I've been playing with lately, because everything else is pretty much struggling. Now we have Mexican sunflowers that are doing really well, and they're attracting butterflies, so that's fun.
Oh, 110 in the shade.
Yeah.
See, that's something I need to kind of reiterate to some folks, because some people just really don't understand, and that's okay, because you don't live where the weather tries to kill you. Our heat is mixed with like severe humidity. So
I unplugged it.
So
you
yeah,
can't see
I know.
what it is.
So when you step outside, you immediately start sweating. Shade
Have
or
you been in
sun,
a
it doesn't
sauna?
matter. So
That's our outside.
so you guys, before you even start working, before you do anything, you start sweating. So you think, oh, I'll just go in the shade and cool off. Well, you can't.
Thanks, Curie.
Because the temperature of the air in the shade is the temperature of the surface of the sun. Ooh, yeah, sure.
Okay, Reagan said my Tabasco plant named Brett is getting tall and it has flowers now. That's awesome. I have one out of the two that's doing pretty good. I don't know, they got some aphids on them when I first brought them here, and they kind of struggle, but I think the heat is killing the aphids. Honestly, I don't know.
That's a good, yes.
It's like opening a dryer
It's like
door.
opening a dryer door.
Yep.
You can't breathe in hot, wet air. Absolutely, that is correct.
Yeah, like some people say around here, you can cut the air with a knife. It really, really feels that way. Before the storm today, the humidity was terrible. Yeah, that's what it's like here pretty much all the time. Our humidity was lower yesterday because it was a little windy. I think it was down to 82%. I think is what I read. And Y'all, it's literally somebody put a fan in an oven.
Well, and because then too, because it's so humid,
That's not peanut butter cookie.
there's peanut butter in it.
Ah.
Because it's so humid in the evenings, the heat just sticks around.
Mm-hmm.
And there are nights that don't even get below 80 degrees.
Lots of nights. Mm-hmm. Now, I did read that Europe is having a heat wave.
Hmm.
And the reason it's so bad on them, 4% of their population there has air conditioning.
Hmm.
And they're reaching triple digit temperatures. I could not imagine doing this without power, without AC. I can't. Well, yeah, I can. Because we did it for a couple of days after the hurricane, but even that, it was miserable. Absolutely terrible. Did we lose everybody? Our chat stopped moving.
I hope not.
Hey, Reagan, you want a cookie?
One Brit airport runway failed. It
Mm.
literally deformed and broke. I
Oh,
heard
wow.
about that. It melted.
Reagan, you already paid for a cookie. If you want one, come get it. She made like peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. Oh man,
It's peanut butter bars with chocolate chip cookies in it.
it's really good.
No,
I'm not saving it though, so if you don't get here soon, you just miss out. She'll have to make some next time you come. Right, Europe rarely gets that hot. That's one thing I was reading. I kept thinking, why are people so worried about this heat wave? We're dealing with it too. Well, then when I read the article, I realized that it's because they don't have AC. They're not used to getting this hot.
I've been seeing too that
Oh, tiles breaking. Yeah.
what was it? Oh, there's a lot of wildfires breaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Lots and lots of places are so hot and dry. And of course, the narrative is going to be climate change. But my curiosity gets the best of me because we know that at least since the 1960s, they've had the ability to make it rain. Now,
Hey, Reagan, if you leave for work early, you can come by and get a cookie real quick.
I wonder whether they can do the opposite and make drought conditions. Also, there was a transformer fire. It turned out to be a transformer fire at Hoover Dam.
Mm.
Now, Hoover Dam is a huge hydroelectric production facility. Holds back Lake Mead.
And that's the one that's.
Lake Mead is drying up.
Mm-hmm.
The Hoover Dam produces electricity for much of California, Arizona, Las Vegas, some of Utah, I believe.
I think it
a large
provides
area with
all
lots
of
of
Las Vegas,
lots
doesn't
of
it?
customers. I think it's all of Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. It makes me raise eyebrows and wonder if there's more to it.
Wow. Said in Europe, train tracks are buckling because they're not used to that.
Jeez.
That's crazy. Yeah, if the lake gets too low, the turbines will stop working completely.
Right.
God. I can't imagine, How is it that we have not planned for this as a country?
Because just like everything else, it's profits over people. As long as the money's flowing in, they don't give two shits about people.
I know.
That's a bad word.
That's a bad word. You said the shit word.
Not a coincidence at the Hoover Dam exactly. Exactly.
That's what I'm thinking. There's a lot of coincidences.
Oh man.
Just like, was it about 100 food production facilities?
It's over 100.
What's happened? I don't know. Weirdest thing.
I sure hope you are enjoying that cookie. I
Yeah.
am enjoying that cookie.
Yeah, that's the goodness.
You can't talk about anything without buffering. I figured it was coming.
Oh, on that note, let's go ahead and put the icing on the cake then, because the governors. Let me look this up.
I have to.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
let's
Now
see.
the picture's gonna cut after I left.
Yeah. No buffering. Okay. All right. So Fauci and other U.S. officials served in a lawsuit over alleged collusion and collusion to suppress free speech. You'll listen to this because this platform is guilty. Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt and Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry, the plaintiffs in the suit, also served subpoenas to Meta, which is Facebook's parent company, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. The subpoena compels the platforms to provide documents before August 17th, including all communications with Jankowicz and other federal officials. So there is a lawsuit now for all of the censorship.
What are we talking about?
The two attorney generals who filed the lawsuit. Rabbit flu? That's the first I've heard of rabbit flu. Do your thing, darling.
I've never heard about the rabbit flu. I've heard of a bird flu. I've heard of people flu. I've never heard of a rabbit flu.
Ting ting. I believe so as well.
Rabbit flu. I'm gonna have to look that up. This cookie is really good, Reagan. You should be on your way over here to get one.
Leave the poor man alone.
We do this every Thursday.
It's like a chocolate chip cookie, but she did it in bars.
It's a peanut butter cookie bar.
But it's got peanut butter in the mix. I was getting there.
It's a peanut butter cookie bar with chocolate chips added to it.
Oh. So it's back.
She corrected me.
Peanut butter in my chocolate. Remember those old commercials?
Chip dots. I love it. I haven't heard it called that. I love it.
I was thinking the same thing, Mary Beth. Keep the rabbits off the grass and away from wild
That's
rabbits.
Christy. Yeah.
Christy. I'm looking straight at your name and I said Mary Beth. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah, but usually that's for worms and things like that. But
The chimp dots.
hemorrhagic rabbit flu.
From what they're
Weird.
saying, from what the mainstream,
How far does the rabbit fly?
from what the mainstream news is saying, the monkeypox is more of a concern for.
It's chimp dots.
It's more of a concern for the alternate lifestyle community. I don't know why. I haven't looked into it, but where have we heard that before? We heard that
I don't know how that would give you.
back in the 70s and 80s from the AIDS epidemic. That was supposedly
Yeah, but
homosexual
isn't
thing.
the monkeypox like a burn? like a rat. It's like a blistery rash or something. I don't know.
It looks an awful lot like shingles,
It does, yeah.
which shingles is the chickenpox virus that is just reactivated in a person's system. My dad fought with shingles.
Oh, you know what else we did this week? We picked up the turkey from Joe's
Oh, the
house.
turkey from Joe. Yes, Joe here in the chat is my cousin Joe, who prints our T-shirts, which I'm not wearing.
It's Joe, father of Lawrence and not Lawrence.
Yeah. Joe made this
Love
mug,
it.
though. That's cool.
Absolutely love it.
Designed the logo and everything. Anyway, yeah, right,
Yeah.
right, Michigan Daffodil.
Oh God.
See this? Yes.
The wind and wheat life. Did you see that? My kids had chicken pox right when the monkeypox surfaced. Gave me a heart attack.
Okay, Art says, see the statistics revealed in the UK about the deaths in relation to the yes/no medical decisions. Yeah. So apparently, I did see that, and there are studies coming out now, results of studies that are coming out now that basically, to sum it up, the results are the more you're jabbed, the more susceptible you are to getting the virus, and the worse your symptoms are. In fact, it was a year ago today that the potato in the White House said, and I quote,
Oh.
if you get these shots, you're not going to get COVID. And here we are today, the double jabbed and twice boosted potato in the White House has COVID.
You read that?
Hello, Alfred. A company in China bought Real Foods, and now it's closed. Now Hellman's mayonnaise got bought in the last couple of days. Yeah, it's certainly by design. It was.
What?
It's ridiculous.
I like the way Kaylin put it. Chimp dots. I love that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
I've never heard that. I've never heard it called that. But that's awesome. I hope not.
Hope not what? Oh, wow, that was mean.
No. I mean, if we have to suffer all the symptoms of this mess, then
Well, last week, in fact, I mentioned that on our live stream last Thursday night. Last week was the doc who had it.
Oh, the one that was not retiring. Oh, he was
Doctor.
retiring.
Well, okay.
And then now he's not retiring.
Dr. Anthony, the Fauci, last week said that he would be leaving his position. I don't remember how he worded it, but I know the way he said it was when Biden is no longer in the White House. He didn't say once his term is over. The way he worded it was when Biden is no longer in the White House. So that leaves room for speculation on when he may no longer be in the White House.
I'm really hoping it's tomorrow. That would be great.
Be careful what you wish for. Think about who the vice president is.
Can she be president though? I don't know if she's even legally.
I don't know, but I can tell you.
But then again, nothing.
I can tell you from what I'm seeing in alternative news sources. Now, when I say alternative news sources, I'm not talking about just random stuff that is not backed by facts. This stuff that I'm looking at is backed by facts, and it is the truth. There is still a very large investigation behind the scenes into the choice that was made in 2020.
Same thing I heard. I just hope Brandon is in office until after the midterms.
You hope that he is? Why is that? What am I missing something?
Well, is that because of a second in line?
I don't know. Look, there are things happening behind the scenes. I don't think that this is happening by accident. I think this is all happening so that people wake up. And I think that there is a huge movement that we don't see. The revolution will not be televised. There is a lot.
Speaker of the House will be
Oh God.
Will be vice president.
I don't know if.
Well, see, I'm not sure how that works because
I know the third in line or second in line, third in line, however that works. To be president is the Speaker of the House. I don't know if the Speaker of the House rolls into vice president. Are you sure about that? Because I'm not sure. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't know. Oh yeah, the same doctor worked on the AIDS meds. Yep, absolutely he did.
see, and that's the first thing I thought of. And, you know, when the comparison of
I know yeah.
AIDS and the monkeypox thing started coming up.
I know who the Speaker of the House is.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand the woman. But my question is, if the vice president takes the president position, does the Speaker of the House automatically become the vice president, or is there an appointment made? I know if something were to happen to the president and the vice president, then the Speaker of the House becomes acting president. I know that.
That's something we need to look up.
Yeah.
Make sure we got that right. But yeah, that whole monkeypox thing has got me weirded
Go back
out.
to Nixon when the VP resigns. I'm not sure.
Well, I understand that.
Oh, she becomes vice until the next midterm?
I would understand if something
Okay.
happened to the vice president, then she would roll up into that position.
I don't know that our current vice president has the credentials to become president.
Okay.
I don't know if she's.
But on that same note, what right now is being done legally?
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah. They're kind of doing whatever they want and then getting told.
no, you can't.
Yeah. Instead of making sure that it's okay to do that, they're just doing it and then being told, no, you can't do that. So there's a period of time that they're doing it.
Yeah.
Nixon appointed Agnew. Okay, so was Agnew? Okay, I'm just gonna have to do my research.
Yeah.
Because I think we're spending a little too much time on something here. The resident drunk. Yeah.
The Senate has an officer known as the President Pro Team. He runs the chamber sessions like Speaker of the House does. VP steps in when the Senate casts the tie on a vote.
Behind the scenes. I really believe, okay, first
Yeah.
of all, I'm not talking about the people who are obviously controlling the puppet president. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, there's a movement. I don't know who necessarily who is behind the movement, but there is a movement toward the right direction going on as well.
Don't apologize for your tinfoil hat. We've all
Oh,
got
please.
one. If you know, you could be a fly on the wall and listen to some of the conversations that happen off stream.
So, oh yeah, some of the things that we talk about that we don't post to social media. Probably
There's
some of it might make you go, ooh, those guys are weird.
Well, that's daily in this house, but you know.
But we just kind of sometimes we just kind of talk about stuff and like, you know, what if and how do you feel about this? Am I totally? And sometimes she'll look at me or I'll look at her and go, well, that doesn't make any sense, you know. And it's happened. It's happened. Like
That's like daily sometimes.
but anyway.
President Succession Act of 1947. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna do some research on that because I'm curious. You know,
Yeah,
I'd like to know.
I'd like to know all that I can, and I certainly don't want to pass along incorrect information because that's not what I'm about. And if somebody in the chat knows for sure and they pass along information, then great.
Must be slacking because I never made a tinfoil hat. I have some aluminum foil if you want it. That stuff's expensive though. I don't know if I should offer to give that away.
So anyway, I guess we'll see where life takes us over the next few weeks. But
we're just
in the
going to
meantime,
continue to prep, and we're going to continue to pray, and we're going to continue to do what we need to keep ourselves as sustainable as possible. And you know, we know that
Thank
we
you for
can't do
adding
it
that
all
part.
100%, but there's a lot that we can do to take a load off of the system. And you know, it's healthier for us, although that freaking cookie wasn't. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of a little sugar rush there because I haven't had sugar in a while. But we're gonna just keep growing our gardens and doing whatever we need to do until the time comes that, you know, God's got a different plan. You know, he's gonna continue to guide us. So rub it in with a cookie rush. I told you, Reagan, you've paid for it. Come get it. I'll give you a cookie and a cup of coffee if you come over.
Hey, we're saying goodbye now. All right, so we are going to sign off for the night. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and helping to entertain us and adding to the conversation. Always a pleasure. So until next week, Wednesday, by the way, remember that Wednesday next week.
Yep.
You guys have, wait, almost messed it up. Good night and God bless.
Stay safe, guys. See you next Wednesday.